Folks, after my little bit of usual bragging, I'm going to give you a little bit of plant education. I'm going to fully explain to you guys why Alocasia cuprea is called Red Secret in the trade, and why that is strictly nothing but a marketing gimmick, using an obscure fact that makes no difference to anyone to create it. But first, I do want to show you guys how the gloriosums are progressing. Here you can see the pink princess back here. There's the gloriosum's end traveling over into the next planter back there, doing quite well. The melanochrysum just gave me this, which is now going to expand. It's blemish free and it's positioned absolutely correctly. Same with the soderoy leaf. The majestic is working on whatever position it's working on. It'll slowly get taped up as it climbs up and right itself out when all is said and done. The star of the show again is the verrucosum, pushing out the second leaf, well, unfurling already, and lo and behold, it's not even halfway unfurled yet, and you can already see at the base the new tip, the profilling caterpillar that are going to come out. Yeah, I couldn't be happier. This thing is coming back with a vengeance. Very, very happy with the way it's developing. The gigases are doing very well. This leaf here is 16 by 10. And the leaves previous are 15 by 9. So we're still upsizing, and it's still expanding very slowly, like a millimeter to a couple of millimeters a day, I think. But I think it's going to be bigger than 16 by 10 when all is said and done. I'm very, very pleased with both of the gigases. Even yeah, the base piece to the 16 by 10. Doing very well. I'd say I've got the plant figured out. They're drinking a lot of water. These two puppies got 6 basters worth each today, and they got 4 to 5 yesterday, 4 to 5 the day before. I'm upping it now even a little more. They're really starting to drink. They're now just like the sawtooths, which are all also giving me, they're starting to cluster on the flowers. So these are hopefully going to end up looking just like the golden crocodile. Okay, here's a little bit, yeah, how could I forget this? I took the neon pothos that was over there, took it out, which basically just meant lifting it up 1/8 of an inch and removing it. You know, these things just hang on screws. That's a screw right there. But they have a mounting hole. They have a hole just like that. I don't know how well it shows up in the picture, but right there you can see a hole, and there's another one on the back, and that's the hole that I hook these things onto the screws. Here you can see a beautiful illustration of how it works. There and right there. Nothing could be simpler. So anytime I need to change something around, I just walk up to it and kablamo, we're done. So to make things easier from a watering logistics standpoint, and from my back standpoint, and from a shading standpoint, I decided to just take it out, and I took the tube and I planted it. Basically, I just put it into an 8-inch pot and then backfilled it with rocks and leca, and topped it with rocks because it was still a little bit side heavy. So I'm keeping the leca moist now. That'll add some weight. It may root into the leca as well. The last time I did this with the silver sword for this very same purpose, the silver sword ended up rooting a little bit into the pot. Then I took it out and I just kept the base piece. I put it back on the wall, and those roots shriveled and died off, and the plant was just fine during the whole process. It didn't care. Okay, I've up-potted just about all the alocasias. I got 2 more Islani eyes left to do, and we're done. And I transferred now a total of 3 of the Michelitzianas to the quote-unquote new system. Basically a wick into sphagnum moss in a self-watering pot with an indicator on the bottom. And they all seem to be doing okay. This one I did today, maybe 3-4 hours ago. This little teeny tiny baby I took out of my aeroid mix in a cup. It wouldn't last there. It was with another one that had already rotted away, melted away. So I wanted to see if I could rescue it. And we'll see. So far, it's still there. So, and there's the other one. Okay, now for the educational part. And, oh wait, here's that Michelitziana. So I think I'm going to end up with at least 4 that are going to do okay. And I'm seeing some encouraging signs on a really tiny level up close on the tips of the rest of them. I do also have a spear, one piece of a clump of the rhizomes of the Cuprea medallion. And if you can see it there in the center, it has begun to enlarge and stick out more. So yeah, this is gonna be a cool little experiment. I'm just doing it for kicks and giggles. I mean, if I get a plant out of it, of course, then there'll be 5 Cupreas, 5 medallions. I'll find a spot for them. Okay, so here's the neon pothos. And you can see, one thing I really wanted to point out was the difference in size in the leaves in only a meter's worth of plant height. Okay, this first section of tubing that it's attached to and rooted into only from the side is exactly 3 feet long, and this is already clearing the coupler. So it's just about a meter. But look at the size of the leaves here. Right, these are about 4 to 5 inches, I want to say, off the top of my head. And here's a new sprout, right, coming out from the main stem. But this is the size of what the leaves were like. Maybe a little bit bigger. Way down at the bottom when this thing had started. And I'm talking at the bottom, the part of the tube you can't even see in the pot. And in that 36 inches... that's what I got. So upsizing can happen really, really fast. Okay. The marble pothos is going a little bit more slowly, and I had some issues with it. You know, we had mites and blah, 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 blah. And I started a little bit goofily. But again, also 36 inches, and we've got this. We'll go up more than 36 inches, a meter. And we maybe a little more, maybe 40, 42 inches. And we've got this already, 7, 8 inch leaves. So, yeah, can't wait to see what this one's going to expand to. So, yeah, they can upsize really, really rapidly. So be aware of that if you want to do a pothos. And they spread a little bit to the sides, as you can see. Of course, it's all light dependent. I took this guy down and I put in its place the epipremnum. Right there, which is coming along quite nicely. Okay, here's the science lesson for today. Alocasia cuprea, quote-unquote, red secret. Here's the secret. This is a female flower, right? It's going to open up. There's going to be a stalk on the inside. I can never remember the proper names for them. Spadix, calyx, space... It's all a blur. But that's a female flower. This is a male flower. This is a male inflorescence. Now you see the color? It's red, just like the backs of the leaves. That's the red secret. There's another version of this plant, okay, that has a different colored male flower. Okay, it's either green or black. I can't remember exactly. Again, it's all a blur. But somebody noticed a difference and then just decided to start selling these as red secret. And 99% of the people buying it have no idea what the secret is. And from all other perspectives, leaf shape and size, back of the leaf color, front of the leaf color, stem, deportment, growth habit, flower cycle, everything. It's the exact same damn plant. So folks, You want to impress your friends, you can tell them why they should refer to this simply as Alocasia cuprea. Because that's what they have. They don't even know if it's a red secret or not. And they would only be able to verify, as with the seller, if they took a look at that right there. Okay, I'm going to continue bragging just a little bit more. Here's a new leaf on an Islanii. Excuse me. Here is another Beginda. I've got a few new leaves popping out here and there on the Begindas. There's another one right there. And they're also flowering. Ba-boom. And there's the Tandarusa in its new spot. Doesn't seem to be feeling any differently. So I'm just waiting it out, keeping it lightly damp. And the Heterophila is now going to be working on a new leaf or a new something right there. We'll see what happens. But the best news I have, other than finally getting this puppy down, and I've added a stake to it as well for additional structural support for the tubes. But the best news is really the verrucosum and the melanochrysum. Yeah, I can't wait to see what this leaf looks like when it fully expands. I'm hoping it's more than that leaf right there. And I can't wait when it starts to get the really nice size, like a little bit longer than that verrucosum. It should start to begin to darken up. And yeah, that's what I'm really waiting for. This plant, when it colors up, is pretty much nearly black and gold. The striping, the veining, is kind of that color. But it's against a velvety, dark green leaf. Way darker than the Gigas. Okay, folks, I think that about wraps things. Oh, I'll show you here on. I want to show you the Gapertias and the other Gloriosum. This also I've begun to treadmill, just to show you much more clearly how I'm doing it. Purely passive, just to set the container up next to it. I'm going to let it root in and grow, 2 or 3 more nodes, and then it'll be snippety snip. And then I'll see and decide what to do with this container here. I may add another out of here into that one there and still keep it a double. We'll see what happens. I'm going to be getting rid of this silver sword. I'm going to be getting rid of this Gigas. I've got 2 other silver swords to chuck. What else? And I think 1 or 2 other plants. I'm probably going to be getting rid of that neon. I think I'm going to have enough with this neon and that golden crocodile, and this neon. It's not going to go back into that corner. There's going to be some rearranging here. I'm going to start putting a dark right next to that yellow, and then this yellow is going to be somewhere over here, and the golden pothos is going to be somewhere over here. There's going to be more of an alternating kind of theme with dark to light and light to dark. Like I'm going to switch probably the Soderoy and the melanochrysum, so I'll have the Soderoy between a Gigas and the melanochrysum. Dark, light, dark, that kind of thing. That's the way my eyeballs like to work, and that usually is how I end up liking my arrangements. The Gapertias are all doing pretty okay. That's fine. That one in the back is absolutely fine. This one is a little bit floopy, but I don't care. The only thing I'm interested in seeing from any of these is a tip coming out from the substrate at some point in the near future. That's all I need to see. But this one's done. It's fine. I got to snip off 1 or 2 leaves here on 1 or 2 plants, and we're good as golden. I couldn't be more ecstatic about this. 1.5 year long battle. The Pepremnum is Cebu Blue. Look at that. That's on its way. Okay, folks. Finish here on the Neon Pothos. And have fun.